Hey everybody, this is Tyler, aka Grand16, coming at you with my post-AkiCon commentary titled The Finale. AkiCon 2016 was pretty interesting. I had a ton of fun. I didn't get everything accomplished I wanted to, but all in all, it was a great experience. Again, I had to pick and choose between KomoriCon and AkiCon since they were both scheduled the same weekend, and I didn't realistically think I could go to both, so that did play a part. AkiCon was much closer, and since I knew it was going to be the last year of AkiCon, I felt that was the route to go, get an idea of how the convention was going to go out, see the end, so to speak, right? I didn't see how it began, but I want to see it end. I thought it'd be a pretty good perspective. The guests were pretty cool. Daryl Gilbo, of course, was there. Buddy I interviewed over the summer at KomoriCon was a ton of fun. Christina V was there, who I'll also see at AkiCon at the end of the year. Danielle McRae was there. Warky T. Chocobo was there. Chris Escalante was there. Then the Slants and some other artists were there as well. So there was a lot of different people engaged with to talk to and get to learn more about their circuit. Now, I took a look through a couple different, not message boards, but I talked to a close buddy of mine, so I've got a surprise about AkiCon at the very end, but I'll come back to that later. I just want to let you know there's something at the end I'm going to cover that's going to be a big surprise to a lot of people. Staff. How was staff? Staff was pretty great. Staff, there wasn't as much as in prior years, though AkiCon's always been a lower manned staffed convention in my experience. I think the reason for that was that this was the last year and people aren't as motivated to volunteer when they feel like something's dying off anyway. And I mean no disrespect when I say dying off, I just mean when there's less overall continued interest, it makes it a little harder to commit to volunteering perhaps. So I think that's why there was less staff than usual. Oftentimes, after the first day, I don't even think there was staff to cover if anyone entered the main area of conventions. The only place I saw someone making sure people were entering was the second floor for the gaming corridor, the tabletop gaming, things like that, which makes sense because they're protecting their gaming assets and other things of that nature. Staff was helpful though wherever they could. Again, they weren't particularly informed, but that's always been a thing with AkiCon is you have to be capable of taking care of things for yourself because the staff isn't particularly informed on where to send you if they don't know the answer to your question. The guests were great. It was hard to see them, and part of that came with scheduling. They showed me, a few of them showed me the back of their badges. Most guests of honor were scheduled for an absurd amount of events. They weren't told until, I believe, the end of the second day that some of those were optional. They didn't have to attend them all. So most of them didn't have any spare time that seemed available till the third day, so it did make interviewing very difficult. I was able to interview Danielle McRae and get all everything I wanted autographed except my Street Fighter V poster, which I forgot. Autographed by Christina V as well, but I got everyone else. You know, I got pictures with most everyone, and I set up to interview everyone else in the near future. But I mean, Daryl I've already interviewed, so I don't need to interview him. It was just kind of bummed me out that there wasn't better organization to get that all taken care of. Now, on the game side of things, I did get to play a lot of Melee. I'm sure you've seen my playlist up, or not playlist, but the recent video where I recorded a match of Melee. I came in third. I did not do very well. I'm not ready for group Melee. I think one-on-one I'd fare a lot better than I would group, but then again I was using Luigi, and Luigi may not be suited to group either, specifically. I didn't get to play anyone in Versus for Pokemon or anything, and that really bummed me out, but I'll get over it. There wasn't, again, everything comes back to organization. There wasn't really a whole lot of organization with a lot of these events. There was organization for a Pokemon card tournament, I believe, but not a Pokemon game tournament. And I was busy during the time slot for the card game tournament anyway, so I didn't bring a deck for that either. It's a lot of things that I feel that in the future AkiCon could do better of organizing, and I really look forward to seeing how that changes. But for now, we don't really know how things are going to go. Well, we'll just see as they come about. Let's see, was there anything else really interesting to cover? Sorry, the lighting keeps changing. I'm driving over to some errands right now, and I figured I may as well talk about AkiCon while it was fresh on my mind. AkiCon, I mean, the gaming was so-so. I did get into some great chats with a couple of longtime tabletop gamers, which really shared some perspective on an aspect of gaming I have very little knowledge or experience with. I've played I've played Total Eclipse a couple of times just for a internship I had in college. Other than that, I have no gaming experience. Jesus. And sorry, someone cut me off. I don't want to die. I'm just living my life. Knucklehead in an old Subaru. They didn't have a Seahawks license plate. I'd be really pissed off. So the only other thing, everything comes down to organization. AkiCon, organization and communication. The staff doesn't typically know what's going on, so it makes it a little difficult to get information and get to the events you want to get the most out of your convention experience, which is a big thing of concern for me. I want to be able to get the most out of it. Since I'm pressed and I didn't pay, I'm not complaining. I just find that if they were to tighten that up or figure out more in regards to that, it would really help give long-term enjoyment to the convention and make sure people had only glowing recommendations and referrals and experiences there. And that's just of the utmost importance to me. The gaming, there was tons of gaming to be had. There were some games I'd never seen, imports, all kinds of stuff. You know, JoJo's, there was J-Stars, there was some Hatsune Miku, I think it is. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Games, there was rhythm games, all kinds of cool stuff. And of course, they had their tried and true arcade machines as well. So there was all kinds of diversity of games. So you weren't just playing Melee unless you wanted to. You weren't just playing Street Fighter. There was a whole lot of other stuff. Samurai Showdown, anything you could imagine, they had it. That is admirable because sometimes with smaller conventions, it's hard to get that diversity of gaming available for people to play. I didn't see any of the events really. Again, since AkiCon is a really local convention, I find myself coming and going as I please. It's only about maybe a 15-20 minute drive from my house, so I'll oftentimes drive over, chill for a couple hours, then leave and come back later. That's something I've done for every year that I've gone, I think, except maybe the first year. Since I never pay for parking, I just park in an adjacent Taco Bell parking lot, and I buy myself a Crunchwrap, I buy myself a grilled burrito. I am buying something technically, but I always park over there. It's been simpler in the past. I only come and go for the autograph events and to play some video games. If I chatted up with someone, that's great. I guess that's just because since it's so local, it's more of a get together or something to pass through than as opposed to like a party or an event, quote unquote. Now, the other thing that I did find interesting was, here's the twist. At the end of the convention, I guess there was an announcement, and I guess at closing ceremonies, from what I've heard from a couple people, and one of them is a showrunner of a local Pacific Northwest convention as well, so I take the information on high authority, on reliable sourcing. According to a couple different sources, I've heard that AkiCon has been sold to new owners, so it's not going away just yet. So yeah, AkiCon isn't over after all. AkiCon will be managed by new ownership. I'm not sure who they are yet, but whoever they are, it should be pretty cool. We have another opportunity to explore fandom, and hopefully the people who take it over really value AkiCon, really value the idea of community, because there's a lot of cool things that could be done with it. So there you have it. AkiCon may or may not be over. It's been sold to new owners. We'll see what happens with it. If they keep it Halloween weekend, that'd kind of stink. If they were to move to Labor Day weekend, that'd be great, because there's no longer a convention there since KomoriCon moved back to Halloween weekend. So that would give them additional profitability. I'm excited to see what will happen there if it makes a substantial difference. I know ReedPop bought Emerald City Comic Con as well as some other events, so it's really a question, are they going to respect and value the fandom and try to build things together as a community with the existing people who are going to miss AkiCon, or are they just going to be looking to turn a dollar? Hopefully it's the former, not the latter. I'd really be sad if it was the second, because AkiCon's had a couple tough years, and I'd really like to see it regain some prominence and a soft spot with people. But we'll see what happens. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to predict as of right now. I'll keep you posted as I find out new information. Yeah. And hey, if you have any questions, did you go to AkiCon? What did you like about it? If not, what convention did you go to last weekend? Let me know. I'd love to hear more information about what you're up to. And of course, I will be doing some more of my I'm Setsuna Let's Play, and I will have that Danielle McRae interview up from AkiCon shortly, so stay tuned. All right, peace. Just to finish up my post-AkiCon review, I'm going to show you all the things I got autographed by voice actors. So, of course, here's the Tekken hybrid art book for the movie. I think it's called Blood Vengeance. Blood Vengeance. So Christina V, who was at AkiCon, was the voice of Aliska Boskanovich. She also does some voices in Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. She did a voice in Ultra Despair Girls, Danganronpa. And then I believe she does one of the characters, I think she does Kompa in the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. I want to say she did a voice, I can't remember whose voice, but she does a voice in Tales of Xillia 2. And then in Fairy Fencer, she does Karen and Emily's voices. So I got her to autograph that. And then, of course, Kompa in normal Hyper Dimension Neptunia. And then I believe she does Noelle Valentine in Blaze Blue. So I got her to autograph that. So yeah, got all these things autographed. I don't have anything to give away. I didn't have anything, extra copies of anything, so I could get anything autographed for anyone. I wasn't able to pick up anything. It was a little last minute. But I will have more giveaways after NewCon. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, thanks so much for watching.